Okay, today we're joined with one of our alumni defensemen, one of our originals, Ollie Stone, who now plays with Basingstoke Bison. Welcome, Ollie.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right, so we'll just jump straight in with the questions, Ollie. You were obviously one of the original players from our first year. As a local boy, how happy were you when a program like OHA got set up on the doorstep?
It was amazing, and I remember being set up, and I remember begging my parents, can I go? And it started off with, we'll look into it, and then I think I was quite late joining before the start of the first year, and so what else can you say? Great experience, great being on the doorstep of that.
Yeah. What do you think the academy you learned from the academy most, both on and off the ice over your 4 years with us?
I think I definitely learned a lot more off the ice, because obviously it's the whole experience. Obviously you learn a lot on the ice, and that's all your hockey skills, and that's all of that. But I think off the ice, I don't know, I think it helps you grow up and you become an adult. It's obviously me being a local boy is a bit different, but I think for the other guys coming, they're moving away from home, they have to grow up a lot quicker, don't they? And I think it really helped with that, and I think it helped push me to become more mature.
Yeah, I mean, I only obviously had the pleasure of coaching you full time. I obviously helped out a little bit for the first 3 years, but full time, your last year, my first year, I guess. And I think the biggest growth I saw in you was your character. I think you really came out of your shell and really, became your own person, which was awesome. This one's probably pretty similar, but how do you think your experiences at OHA have helped you in your work in life?
Again, the maturity and the growing up, just having that mature mindset and being I don't know the right word to use is there.
Like routine, obviously it's
it helps you get into that routine. And I saw that you were talking to Jordan about the whole routine thing the other day and how it affects you in later life and you hold on to it. I still wake up at the same time every single day because of OHA. I'm still getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and doing it. It's helping me keep that routine and stay in that routine. And it's just, I don't know how to describe it. It just pushes you to take actions and be better and move forward on your own and take your own steps, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one I don't get to ask very often, but your family became a host family for some of the players over the years. Can you tell us about your experience as a family with that? And do you still hold friendships with the guys that live with you?
Oh, 100%. I'm great mates. So I actually had 2 guys live with me. So the first year, halfway through the year, Harry Gulliver came live with me. Yeah. And it was a great experience. Obviously, Harry in the first year, bit of a nightmare, but obviously great experience. And then moving on to the second year, all the way to the end, I had Ben Otherson with me, and we shared a room the whole time. And we're still best friends now. I still talk to him most days, and it just created that friendship. And a funny story is I actually really didn't like Ben before I came to OHA when he played for Stratton, and we didn't like each other. We ended up living together, and now, great mates.
It's funny you mentioned Harry as well, because we're actually going to interview Harry about his experiences since he left, and I'll be sure to tell him that. Obviously, you did a lot of trips with Okanagan. What would be your favourite destination that you went with us?
We went up into the French Alps, went to Chamonix and places like that, and the views were amazing. That was an experience I'm never going to experience doing it with anyone else. I'm never going to go there on my own. That was just amazing. But for the hockey side of things, going to St. Polten in Austria, the Okanagan over there, and staying there for a week in the dorms was just incredible. They have their own ice rink. You set up for the week, and it's your home. Felt like a home for a week, and that was an unbelievable experience. And I'd never get that anywhere else. And obviously, then going away with all your mates at the same time, doing those things with your friends, it is what it is. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah. What game stands out to you the most out of all the years you played? Can you remember, was there one big standout game that you really don't forget? Or
I think it would have been the last year, the second last year. It was the Rob Laidler plate winning game. I think it would have been the last year. It would have been, wouldn't it? Yeah, I just remember that game for some reason. and just the celebrations afterwards, because we just obviously won a few trophies and stuff like that, but this was like a in the UK sort of thing, and I hadn't actually heard of it beforehand, and then it was made into a big deal, and then it just felt unbelievable. I remember afterwards, I still have the photo on my phone of all of us, and I remember all the boys being there. It's just unbelievable, that game.
Great. So now you're obviously playing in Basingstoke. You played for Milton Keynes last year, Basingstoke this year. Can you tell us a bit about what you've been up to playing for both those teams since you left Swindon?
I'm just trying to get better and progress. I think especially in the last year playing for Basingstoke, I'm playing more and more. I'm playing more roles. I'm playing different positions on the ice and just trying to improve my game, really. And I think it's helped, especially, like I said, especially the last year. It's pushed me to do more and be more of a player on the ice and be more involved and have a bigger role.
Yeah, good. And Basingstoke's a funny place to play. It's when you play there, you love it, I think, and when you go to play against them, whether you've played there before or not, you hate it for some reason. But I know for 3.5, 4 years there, I love playing there.
100% agree. I remember saying to my parents, Basingstoke's is one of the two rinks, Basingstoke and Peterborough, I won't ever play out of it as my home rink, but look at me now, love it.
Good. So just going back to Okanagan a little bit, how do you think that the structure and the routine, I know we kind of touched on it earlier, but has prepared you for your hockey career and some of your work in life?
Like I said, waking up early, getting on with the day, that was a big thing. And then you have your set routine. You train in the morning, you go to school, and obviously now I go to work, and you work out afterwards. I've kept that routine, and I keep moving forward that and keep using that, because it helped me get into it.
Yeah, perfect. And obviously you're working for Warrior. Obviously, we have strong links with Warrior. They've been very supportive right from the start. So can you tell about what you're doing job-wise with Warrior and on a day-to-day basis?
It's a small family-run business. I'm just doing a bit of everything, to be honest. Working the office, purchase orders, putting things on the system and stuff like that. But we will help out, we'll muck in, we'll pop out in the warehouse and check things in, pick some orders. And we've actually had a few of the OHA boys do a bit of work for us as well over the years. To name a couple, like Hard Robson did a bit of work, Jordan Cowsall, you've obviously interviewed, did a bit of work with us. And no, it's just working within hockey. I play ice hockey, it's all very close knit, it's good, and I enjoy the relationships.
Perfect. And then lastly then, would you give any advice to someone that was thinking about joining or had the opportunity to join? What would you say to them? I
would say beg your parents, tell them you'll do anything you can do to go, because you won't regret it. And you'll obviously play some really good hockey, you'll get better at hockey, you'll go to some amazing places, but for me, above all else, you'll meet some amazing people.
That's amazing. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Ollie, you're a star. Great talking to you. Great to see you again. I haven't seen you for a few months since lockdown, but it's great to catch up with you. And hopefully all the family are well. And thanks again.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Nice to chat to you.